learn how to dance, man. But man, we did it today, finally. Woo! We did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. Okay, so hi guys, welcome to my channel. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Wow, I'm finally getting to do this. This is my first time putting up a post on the channel, Tosin, popularly known as Aunty Tosin's channel. This channel is meant for teenagers. Teenagers are those between the age of 13 to 19 years who really desire to know a lot of things about their body changes, a lot of things about peer pressure and things happening around them that they do not have answers to. Don't worry, Aunty Tosin has come to give you answers. And please, you might need to get used to some background sound. Aunty Tosin is a wife and a mom, and so my baby's here. You might get to hear her talking at the background, so please just don't let that be a distraction for you. Let me place the emphasis. Now that you're here, please do this video a favor. First thing is ensure you like. Please, I beg, like, subscribe, and please ensure to hit the notification button so that you can get up to date with every videos that I post. And please, I beg you, there are a lot of people that need this message out there. Do well to share among your friends, share among your creeps, and in fact, parents can also watch these videos. Please do well to like, do well to subscribe, share, and remember to hit the notification button. And at any point, if you have questions, comments, or anything, ensure to draw your comments down below. So today there's an interesting topic which I'm sure by the description you've already seen. Let's talk about boyfriend. Let's talk about girlfriends. Let's talk about when is the best time to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Now, first of all, let me establish the definition. Who is a boyfriend? Okay, based on the Nigerian term, who is a boyfriend or who is a girlfriend? Okay, so a boyfriend or a girlfriend based on Nigerian setting is when a boy walks up to a girl, or in fact, these days, vice versa, a girl walks up to a boy and says, "Oh, I like you. Can we have a relationship together?" And so when either party agrees, it becomes a relationship, and so they'll now tell you, "Oh, we are dating," and so that's where dating comes in. As opposite to the Western world, where dating is when you go out to somebody and then later they tell you, "Oh, we're seeing each other." In the Nigerian setting, dating means that, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," or "You have a girlfriend." Do you understand? So now let's talk about crush. Okay, so this is very popular and rampant among teenagers. When I was a teenager, trust me. Okay, so I attended a girls' school, right? But I came in contact, yes, with boys in church, at my tutorials and other places rather. And then I started having crush, in fact, on my street. And said that at some point I started having crush on people. So now, who is a crush? So crush is when either a male or a female have a strong attraction or strong feeling of interest to the opposite sex. Now, for a lot of people, when you have a crush on somebody, sleeping becomes a thing. You know why? So at those late hours in the night, when every other person in the house is asleep, I remember doing at one time, yes, it was extra cool. Gosh, I hope my sister is not in this video. When we were teenagers, we would crawl in the middle of the night to go and steal daddy's phone. And then daddy, that of all people, who dares speak up daddy's phone? Hey, so we'd go and pick daddy's phone just to do extra cool with a boy. It's a late extra cool. There was, I think it was between 12:30 or 12 to 4 or 5. I don't know, it's in the later hours of the night. And my mom, anytime she gets to, it's only witches that speaks at night. It's witches that wake up and talk at night. And I'm like, duh. So those times were when we're not about no crush, and then we're on long calls, long conversations with somebody of the opposite sex. Now, Nowadays, I don't think extra cool is still a thing, but now we have social media platforms where you're able to easily send chats, do videos, and all of that. And a lot of teenagers now have access to these platforms, one of which is WhatsApp. So, for example, you have a crush, and or there's this boy in your class that you're getting so much interested, or a girl, for example, and maybe you have at some point finally exchanged numbers, and then later on, one thing they started chatting. Now you having a crush on the person makes you stay up till like late. Like as soon as the person's chat drops, next thing is you're always eagerly waiting for the person's chat, and so you one way or the other prioritize the person's chat over your other conversations. Beautiful. You know those tingling feelings we used to have as teenagers? They are completely normal. They are completely made by God. It is God. They are not now. So let me establish that fact, ba. It is God that put that feeling there. That mushy, lovey. It is normal. I was there. Now I am married. I have a baby. Yes. But when I was a teenager, I had those feelings. Most of our parents had them. In fact, if you don't have them, we should check you. Do you understand? So it is completely normal for you to have these feelings. But what you make to do with those feelings is what matters. So now let's consider the terms together: boyfriend, girlfriend, dating. So a lot of people in secondary schools now want to have a boyfriend. In fact, some Christians who have great and positive Christian homes who have been taught of the Lord, a lot of these children or teenagers now know that, oh, if I should have a boyfriend now, I mean, it's wrong, it's a distraction and all of that. But then in school, there's so much peer pressure. For me, I remember when I was in secondary school, just as once, nobody asked me out. My friends were already having a boyfriend, girlfriends, yeah, but nobody was asking me out. So my SS1, I was becoming a teenager, every part of boobs and all of that were coming out. And then I started having boys ask me out, write letter to me. Yeah, there was letter those times. And it was a thing for me. Like, I felt, oh, now I'm a big girl. But I was able to stand my ground. Like, no, I'm not going to stoop so low to have a relationship in secondary school. Because it's a huge distraction for me. So I'm going to have to write my WAEC or maybe GCSE. I'm going to have to write external exams, which I would require to prepare well for, and I will need them to further in my education. So we all know, in all honesty, that if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend during your teenage years, it is a huge distraction. Why? Because these are people that you put to mind, you nurse feelings for them, and for this is a relationship that honestly you both don't know where it's heading to. You're just in it. You're just doing it because every other person is also doing it, and so you don't even know where it's headed. You don't even know what to come of it. Like, okay, let it just be said that, oh, we're together. Now, those moments that you are together, what would you be doing? Because you can not assure me that you've been in a relationship with somebody when you're in SS1, SS2, or even SS3, that relationship would last for years and you guys will come back to get married. So during those periods of after secondary school, most likely you both go to different universities. Maybe the other one travels abroad, or the other one is Nigeria, or the other one chooses not to go to university. So those times that you do not get to see each other, it is obvious that there's a very high likelihood that a relationship would end. And so you might have to meet another person that becomes a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then you continue the same cycle, and then and then at some point, have the relationship also end at any point you are, and then start, different people at different times. Now, those moments that you're even with those people, what would you be doing? This is when lust comes in. This is where sexual immorality, because that feeling of crush or strong infatuation, which is not love, that you're having for somebody, usually headed towards lust. Always going to be headed towards lust. Your body also feels something for them, and because you also know that some of your friends are already kissing, are already touching themselves, and in fact, some are already having sex, your so-called boyfriend or girlfriend might want to introduce it to you. Now, for some people, it's even the girls that write letters to the boys and ask them out, and the boys wanting to subject themselves to peer pressure and say, oh yes, let me also mark my register, I'm doing this already, they also get into it. So I feel strongly that you do not know what is in the future for you. You do not even know what is in stock, what God has in stock for you. And if you have been privileged for God to reveal it to you, you will not want to stoop yourself low to things that will be a distraction for you. Let me cite a very good instance. So when I was in SS2, there was this, was it SS2 or SS3? Shout out to my secondary school girls. I attended AGGS Abeokuta. So there was this boy that I think I met in one of the tutorials, and sorry for the distraction, my baby Ray is here. So I met him in one of the tutorials, and he asked me, I think I was right, he wrote a letter or something, I can't really remember. And because I had stood my ground, I think I did extra cool with him for some times. And then because I stood my ground not to have a relationship in secondary school, it didn't work. I said no. Do you know that by the time I got to secondary school, this guy had gone to learn tailoring. Now, not fashion design. Fashion design is, a bit so shabby. Tailoring is the roadside tailor. As I speak to you, he is now a roadside tailor. Now, by God's grace, I am a professional. I am a social worker. My first degree was in education. My second degree was in community development and social work. And so by God's grace, I have a master's degree in social work and a practicing social worker. So imagine me getting married, or maybe I'd gotten married to a roadside tailor, just because of feelings that could have been brought under subjection. Now, see that guy, that lady that you're having that very funny, mushy, lovey-dovey feelings for. God knows about the feeling. God knows that you feel that way, and that's why He created you. God knows that at some point in your life you have this feeling. But God requires of you to bring that feeling to what? To subjection. Bring it down, bring it low. It's normal. But say no, so that you don't fall for sexual immorality. Because the moment you start, so let's say you're in SS1 and you're safe 14 years, and you're still going to go to university for a couple of years and all of that. Let's say you get married at the age of 24, which means that you're going to spend extra 10 years of your life dating different boys or girls and sleeping with them. So, are you going to spend, so let's multiply it, right? So let's say you're 14, right? You started dating a boy now and he started having sex with you or touching you or kissing you. You have about 10 years more before you get married. So let's multiply 365 days times 10 years. That's about 3,650 days. So does that mean that for the next 360, which you're not even sure that you'd get married in 10 years time? Because, for me, I wanted to get married at 24. I ended up getting married at the age of 28. So imagine I had a boyfriend since when I was 14 or 16. And at some point, he left. Maybe it was even during jam tutorials he met. He would actually get admission, meet other girls, and I would also meet other people. So guys, I just want to tell you the truth. That in all honesty, it is not worth wasting up your emotions that could have been brought under subjection. So those moments that you feel like, oh, I like this guy, oh, I like this lady, oh, what should I do with these feelings? Tell yourself truly that, yes, I like this person. Yes, honestly, I like this person. But it is not healthy for me to have a relationship with this person now. No. It is against God's will for me. It is against God's plan, purpose, and agenda for me. If you can see into the future to what God has in store for you, the kind of man He wants you to marry, then you will know that feeling that you have right now can be brought under subjection. Now, the first thing to do is, number one, pray about it. Tell God, I like this person. God, this boy is asking me out. God is my crush. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He has a bit of money. Oh, Lord, I like this girl. I just like her. I just like her personality. I'm having this feeling for her. Pray about it and tell God to help you back on that feeling. Trust me, it worked. It has worked for me a whole lot of times. Honestly, it has worked. Tell God about it, and God will definitely lead you. Number two, be intentional to lead your feelings, not your feelings leading you. Take that again. Be intentional to lead your feelings, not your feelings leading you. How do you lead your feelings and your feelings not leading you? So you feel like kissing a guy. So you feel like having a relationship with this other person. So you have that feeling. Now, bringing yourself to subjection by leading your feelings is okay. So I feel this way, but I will not do it because it is wrong. Because I still have a lot of things to do. I still have a long way to go. So I'm leading my feelings by choosing not to do this thing, which I know that is wrong. The third one is seek counsel. I remember I had this street auntie that our house was open to all the young teenagers around. You can come to her with your boyfriend. You can come to her to talk about gist, and then she'll give you counsel. She'll just tell you, make sure that you don't make the wrong choices. Use me as an example. I'm not enjoying my marriage and all of that and all of that. And even at that, our home was still open for you to take your boyfriend. Some of you have that kind of street aunties that indulge wrongs. Please seek appropriate counsel. You're free to reach me. Send me a DM. I'll drop my Instagram handle on the comments section. You can also just tell me you want to speak with me personally, and I will arrange how I would have a personal conversation. But please, I beg you, seek the right counsel. Never go to somebody that will indulge your negative actions. Never go to somebody that you know would engage in negative things that you are doing. Do you understand? If you're free with your mom or your dad, please freely welcome to them. Speak to them. Let them know how you feel. Let them know about the girl you want to see, the girl that you're liking. Let them know about the guy that is asking you out or writing letters or sending different things to you on your social media platforms. Please seek counsel. Let God guide you aright. This is a very delicate period of your life, and you really don't want to miss this period. And afterwards, if it's also possible for you to avoid seeing such persons, please avoid them. Except they are unavoidable. But if it is that when you pass a particular place when you see this guy, please take another route. I beg. Your destiny is very precious to God, and He loves you so much. There's a scripture that says, okay, so I'll drop the scripture here. The scripture says that in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. In all your ways acknowledge God, and He will direct your path. God is God that made you. He has a perfect plan and purpose for your life. Allow Him to take charge of your life. I hope you enjoyed today's first time post. Don't forget, are you nursing feelings for a boy or a girl? Are you having that strong crush? First thing, make sure you pray about it. The second one is what? Ensure to seek positive counsel. Ensure to seek positive counsel. The third one is lead your feelings. Lead your feelings. Never allow your feelings to lead you. And the last one is to try to avoid them. Try to dodge them except you can't. And if you can't, you can let them know. Oh, honestly, if I used to encourage that you tell the person, I like you. Honestly, I like you, but I cannot have a relationship with you. It's not right. It's not proper. So if I have a relationship with you now that we're in SS1, SS2, SS3, what would be the next thing? Why? What for? What would we be doing to nurse this feeling? And in the long run, it might even end up being as broken because one takes advantage of the other, maybe sexually, maybe by, a lot of bullshit happen, trust me, among teenagers. So later it becomes an issue of, because it happened to me that boys would threaten me that because I was not allowing them to have sex with me, they would see another person, they would have a relationship with my friend or with somebody. And in my mind, I'm like, get it, heck, please go. Do you understand? Be that teenager that has worth. Be that teenager that is known for good worth. God has deposited so much in you. There's a part of the scripture that says that for you are bought with a price. I'll drop the scripture. It says for you are bought with a price. Honor God with your bodies. Be that person that can easily walk around and say, you didn't touch, you didn't kiss me. You didn't use me. You didn't use my emotions. Some people's emotions are so broken that even though they didn't touch them physically, emotionally they've been battered. Don't subject yourself to emotional battering. I hope you've learned something today. I am so glad for you to have come this far to watch this video. Honestly, you are my MVP. Baby Ray. For you to have come this far, that means you love me so much and you really want to learn a lot of things. Thank you so much for joining today's video. Stay tuned for subsequent videos. Trust me, you'll see me more now. Don't forget to please like. Please do like the video. Ensure to click the subscribe button and ensure to also click on the notification button so that you can stay up to date with every post that I drop and you don't miss out on any point. Please ensure to share. Use the comments section below to drop your comments, your views, your questions, and also reach out to me. Thank you so much, guys, and have a good day. Bye.